Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
What? That's very, very dramatic. Folks, we're very excited to be back with Dex's bull panel, his powerful bull panel. We added that modifier, that it is the powerful bull panel. You guys have proven yourselves so powerfully over the last 6, 7, 8 months that we had to declare it. So welcome everybody. I'm Frank from PulseWave Trading. I am joined by Dex's powerful bull panel, our moderator, Kramerica.
Hey.
Hi, Will.
Good evening, gang.
And Will Hong, HK Trader, is here with us. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening.
And then, of course, we have the man himself, creator of the PulseWave price triggers, Dex the Algo Capitalist. How are you doing, buddy?
Yo.
And you can get access to those PulseWave price triggers at pulsewavetrading.com. We would love to have you join us. Even at $11 a month, you get access to an incredible amount of content, information, our ETH report, our XRP report, our Eurodollar, and our 2 times a week, we go live, take your questions, and Dex shows you how he's trading ETH on KuCoin. So $11 a month, can't beat it. Wonderful way to support the show and get your feet wet with the PulseWave price triggers. We also have our 14-day free trial for new signups on our pro membership and a lot more. So check that out. That one comes with thousands of reports, by the way, published every trading evening the night before, every trader day eve. Check it out, PulseWave Trading. Fellas, it's good to be back with you. Bitcoin flipped out, what was it, over the last hour or two? Wasn't it recently?
Yeah, it was up. It was up like what, 1,800? Yeah, the futures was up 1,800 today.
Well,
now we're down 1,000. Yeah.
Holy
Something
cow.
happened. Now, see, this is where the subscription pays for itself. Before we come on the air to do the bull panel, I did tonight's trade journal.
Yeah.
And I mentioned something very powerful in that trade journal while the market was still up. I said, you want to develop the discipline of putting in your orders as soon as the report comes out, because you never know what can happen. And you could put yourself in a situation to capture some great moves. Well, if you watch that report and listen to me, you're probably a little shocked right now to see what's going on in this market. Oh, and by the way, for my pulse waivers out there, for our subscribers, here's something else for you, a little tidbit you're not going to get nowhere else. Would you believe me if I told you we got negative 2-bar Charlies popping off right now as we speak? Negative 2-bar Charlie in the euro. Negative 2-bar Charlie in the Bitcoin futures. That's right. Negative 2-bar Charlies. You know what that means. Students that been with me the longest, what does that mean? Anybody raise your hand in class? Tell me, what does a negative 2-bar Charlie mean? Anybody remember? I'll tell you. It means an all-day down day in the market.
That's what I was going to say, man.
And the market is going to finish in the red.
Wowzers.
It's a gift from the trading gods, giving you a gift right now, giving you a solid, giving you a freebie.
Look at this. It's still pushing, man.
That's right.
Still pushing lower. Wow. Powerful. We've got the T-bond futures up here.
Yeah. Bonds right now, the price keeps falling through the floor. The yields have nowhere to go but up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if the Fed continues to try to manipulate those interest rates and keep them low, it's going to reverberate and have a negative effect on the markets as a whole, because you can't force something to happen. You can't force a gallon of water into a thimble. It's not going to fit. It's going to spill out and do so violently. And that's what's going to happen in this bond market. So right now, I know it looks like, ooh, this is a lot, but not really, because the markets are range bound. Majority of the markets right now are range bound. So even though we say, ooh, the futures are down 1,100 points, Well, today they finished up 1,800 points. So is that really, bad when you're in a wide trading range? Not at all. The numbers just look shocking, in and of themselves, but they really are not. So trading range, this is the summertime markets. This trading range could last well up to July the 31st. All right. What normally happens is markets that move sideways throughout the summer, when July 31st kicks in, and then right after that, the first week of August, that's when the markets start to take shape and move and move and move and explode. So the longer something moves sideways, the more energy and power it builds up, and then it explodes. There is a big debate right now and a power struggle within our government. Believe it or not, we have one branch that wants to restore order and wants the bull market to continue to go. And then we have another side, another faction that wants to bring everything down. They want to straight up collapse the economy for real this time, not fake. And right now, the good people are winning. You want them to win. All right. Now, of course, if they win, it comes with more money printing. It comes with more stimulus checks and all that stuff. Now, that's bad, but it's not as bad as bringing down the entire system. All right. The other side wants to bring down the entire system. You don't want that to happen. The people on the left, that's what they want. All right. The people on the right, they want to restore order, restore a bull market, and restart to rebuild the economy.
Get back to printing money.
Now, how will you know which side wins? I'm gonna put it to you very simple. You'll know it if you're a subscriber to the PulseWave reports, because the algorithms are extremely sensitive and they pick up on these kind of things. And if we get triggered on the short side of the market, that's all she wrote. That's Armageddon. And you don't want that. Even though you think you may want that, trust me, you don't want that. But there's a lot that comes with that. All right. If they win and these markets start collapsing, you think the lockdowns of 2020 were bad? You ain't seen bad. Because this is going to come with a lot of things. It's going to shock you. You don't want it. Trust me. You're not going to want this, because there's no recovery once it happens. There will be no recovery. And you think you live in tyranny now? You think you don't have no rights and freedoms now? You don't want this. Trust me, folks. So you want to be cheerleading that the people on the right win and that they can restore this economy, because if not, I don't think people really grasp what I'm telling them right now. If the left wins and they have their way, you're going to see straight up Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome will look like a vacation. The things that they want to do are unspeakable, and you wouldn't believe it if they told you. But I'm telling you, what they want to do is extremely bad, and you don't want it to happen. I'd rather them print money into infinity than to let the whole thing fall down, because if they tear this thing down and collapse the economy and the U.S. falls, it's going to make a very, very big splash, and it's going to be a worldwide darkness, and you don't want that. And some bad things will happen on the back of that, so you don't want that. All right, I'm off my soapbox, but just pray that the right wins and that the left loses, because the left want to bring this thing down and bring you down with it. We're talking rolling blackouts. We're talking more lockdowns.
Scary
We're
stuff.
talking the loss of all your civil liberties, and something you've never experienced in this country. Most people, have not experienced that. Our grandparents know what I'm talking about, but this generation has no idea how bad things can get.
All right, Will, did you have anything you wanted to add before we get off this one?
Well, I'm going to put it this way. Today's news, Bank of Japan, the chairman saying that under this environment, they're going to continue to do QE. So in other words, if this bank going to do QE, that means the bonds market will have some support, because out of Japan, they will buy the US T-bills to support the T-bills market. Okay,
Yes.
and also the stock market as well. So it happened before, they're going to use the same trick again. So basically, I'm seeing some sign of pivot, but not from the Fed, but now from the Bank of Japan.
Crazy.
Yeah, that yen keeps going through the roof too. By the way, the dollar yen is exploding, man.
Right. So someone's selling the bonds, but at the same time, when they do a yield curve control, that means some hot money will come out of that market. All right, so they're gonna borrow the yens and then invest whatever they have out of the world, right? So they played that same playbook 20 years ago, and they're gonna do the same thing again. All right. So
Good point.
So what that means is the commodities super cycle will happen. All right. So anything priced in dollars is going to go up. Anything priced in euro will go up. Everything will go up. All right. Inflation is going through the roof.
Mm.
But the thing is that those asset prices will be artificially being pumped. All right. All over again. All right.
Let me jump in on this one, if you will.
Hmm.
So the way I see it, as long as inflation, at least the CPI, what the average person out there looks at as inflation, as long as that remains elevated around 8, 9, 10%, there's no reason to hold a bond yielding less than that. So, the way I see it, money's going to keep flowing out of bonds until those yields match with the rate of inflation, at least.
Well, wrong. It's green. Just kidding. I mean, it had to go green right when you said that.
Wow.
So,
I'm sorry. I'll be quiet now.
well, so here's the thing: the dollar index can go to 120, 150, whatever it is. All right, because the dollar is the best fiat out there. Okay, but if we measure in, let's say, any kind of commodities, oil, okay, natural gas, you name it, food, all right, precious metals, base metals, right, pricing those euro and dollars, those things gonna plummet. Those guys, I mean, those assets gonna will appreciate in terms of those fiats. All right. So it makes sense. No one's gonna help bonds for sure.
Yeah. Mm.
Well,
Excellent.
it is one of those things. IT wants us to pull up Litecoin for him.
Yeah, it's just doing that. And thanks, IT. This is our man in Australia, the most beautiful Australian of all.
Oh, that's one of our Aussies. Okay, what's up?
Yeah. I think
All
it's
right.
isn't it?
Well, Litecoin has been, also range bound. You see how long it's been consolidating, but it still has that bearish bent to it, that bearish bias. I think the bearish pointer is going to be tested and taken out eventually. And as you can see right now, the market is starting to pick up to the downside a little bit right now as we speak. So it looks like this one probably is ready to drop and pop,
Yeah. Yeah, this has the same ugly candle as Bitcoin.
Ugh.
Yeah,
and this one just looks like its face fell off or something.
Well, when the markets start doing that, like I say, it's also a good thing, you guys, to get in the habit. If this is something that you trade a lot, or you hold, a lot of Litecoin or what have you, what you may want to consider doing is, really pay attention to the daily price triggers, because they're going to tell you a full story there. You want to pay attention to that. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Great stuff. Did I miss one, guys? I think we covered all the stuff you guys wanted to look at. No? Wait, what's this? Oh, the pro shares. Did we want to look at that one? I think that was just
which one is that one?
Inverse. The pro shares short high yield. That's just the inverse of one of the others we looked at. Isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that the question that came up off air, we were talking about yields. Like, what do people trade or play for yields.
Right.
And I mentioned that the SJB was definitely one of them that people like to look at, and the JNK is another ticker. So as you can see here, this one's start to power up today, and will probably continue to do so. So will the junk bond one. But once those things start, getting distributed, I don't know where people run at that point. So,
Yeah.
when the market is fully broken down, I don't know what to tell you.
Indeed. All right. Well, on that note, that's it for tonight, folks. Tune in tomorrow. We've got our Tuesday crypto update, followed by our ETH trade and trader training for our Pulse Waivers who are members. You could become a member at PulseWaveTrading.com. We've got memberships for everybody. Check it out. We've got the full price range from those of you who want to support the show, you want to dabble and learn the system, to those of you who want straight up one-on-one coaching with Dex. We've got it all. PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thank you, panel. You guys are amazing as usual. We're over and we're out.